going to finish up our moon journals today. Okay, so throughout the month I've been asking you to take 2 sketches per week to try and keep track of what the moon's phases have kind of looked like and how they've changed over these couple of weeks. I keep saying weeks over and over again. So here's mine. I did it. I actually finished mine, so you have no excuse. You have to do it. Now, you'll notice that on some of mine, I had to go online and look at the thing, because, like, some of these in the middle of the month, the moon didn't rise until the middle of the dang night, and, okay, I'll be honest, I was up some of those nights, and so some of these are real drawings. But for the most part, if you're a normal human, you were not awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, so you did not go outside and look at the moon like some people. But it's okay, even if you weren't able to go out and actually see the moon, although that's what I would have preferred. My doofus self didn't pay attention to like what time the moonrise and moonset was, so that's my bad. So I'm still continuing to, I'm going to link that little moon calendar underneath underneath this video today, because if you need to, it's okay. You can go just look on the calendar and see what did the moon phase look like. So that's what I ended up doing for a couple of these ones. So like on 4/16, 4/20, 4/20, well, by 4/23, I think it was back out. It was a new moon, so like you couldn't see anything anyway. So it was kind of like the same deal. So remember, you're telling me the date and the time. Now, if you accessed it online, you can just tell me, instead of writing the time, you can just say like, Ms. Baker, I looked this up online. Okay, that's fine. No worries. Okay, it's not your fault that the moon didn't rise until the middle of the dang night. Because remember, just like the sun can rise and set in the sky, the moon also rises and sets in the sky. So, because we weren't able to see the moon necessarily with our own eyes every time, we're going to be able to use that resource. So that calendar is there in case you need it. All right. So you need 2 entries per week. So we started in the second week of April. So my first entry was from 4/7, but yours could be from 4/5, 4/6. And then 2 entries per week. And then my genius self, I'm going to have to put my last entry, my entry for today, where we're almost back to a half moon. I'm sorry, it's a quarter moon. Even though it looks like half of the moon is illuminated in the sky, that one is like kind of tricky, right? So like people are asking me, why isn't it called a half moon if when we look up at it, half of it is illuminated? Well, you got to remember that the moon is a 3-dimensional object. So like, okay, yeah, when I'm looking at it, it looks like half of the moon is illuminated and half of it is in darkness, okay? But then I have to remember, like, oh, but if I were looking at this, so this is my side view, because remember, when we're looking at the moon up in the sky, we're looking at it from the side. If I were to go out into space and look up from the top view, though, the back half would also be in darkness, because remember, that's the part where the sun's light isn't hitting. And this part is also in darkness. So when we look at it, 3/4 of the moon are in darkness and 1/4 of the moon is lit up. So even though it looks like from our side view, it's half of the moon is illuminated, no light is bending around the other side of the moon, because remember, we know that sunlight only travels in straight lines. So the reason why it's actually a quarter moon is because if we were to look at it from that top view, we would see that only 1/4 of the moon was actually illuminated. Only 1/4 of the moon was receiving the sun's light and therefore being able to reflect it back, which makes it lit up. Okay? Vocab words. All right? We've used them throughout this whole thing. I'm actually really proud of us for our vocab words. Okay. So hopefully that makes that a little clear on why it's called a quarter moon rather than a half moon. But even if you don't know exactly why it's called each one, I want you to really take away from this activity the pattern you see of how the shapes have changed. And so in my last entry today, I'm going to be able to see how it went from a full moon all the way down to a new moon and then came back, and it's going to go back in the opposite direction. So I can already see that here, like, oh, the crescent is the opposite. And so I should see that as the moon continues to build, and not build up, but as more of the moon's surface becomes illuminated, now that we're coming around to this other side of the phases, I can see basically these in reverse order happening as it continues throughout the phases. Okay? So remember, you should have a total of 8 entries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and my 8th is going to be on the back because I didn't count right when I made my little thing. Sorry if you copied mine and now yours has to go on the back too because Miss Baker did not plan ahead correctly. My bad. So you had 2 per week for 4 weeks. We started in the 2nd week of April. All right. And so 2 for the 1st week, 2 for the 2nd week, 2 for the 3rd week, and then 2 for this week. All right. So my first one for this week was from 4/27. So that was Monday. And then I'm going to do another one tonight once I see the moon. Because if you notice, looking up in the sky, you can actually see the moon at night now at like a normal time. If you look up at 7 or 8 o'clock, you look up in the sky, the moon is there. So I know that some of these might have had to come from the little guide that I gave you on the internet. But if you can, please, please, please go out and do a real live moon journal tonight. Go out and like look at the moon and draw it with detail. Like notice how like I went in and put like shadows and like pay attention to like what do you really see on that moon surface, okay? Be as detailed as you can. It's a 1-inch drawing, okay? You can go hard on a 1-inch drawing, all right? So give me as many details as you can. Shade it. Show me some of like those patterns that you're noticing. Because even when it's only like a quarter moon or a crescent moon, you can still see some of those details. You can see something in the background here. My beautiful picture that is all around here. But that actually isn't the moon. That's Earth and the seasons. But whatever. It's space. All right, my loves. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that it's been a bit... excuse me. Allergies still. I hope that it's been a good week for you. And I hope that you have a really good weekend. Exit ticket tomorrow for real. And so it's still only going to be 5 questions, but you're going to have questions that cover this week's stuff and last week's stuff because, oh boy, last Friday just kicked my butt and I was super sick and not with it enough to get our exit ticket on there. So sorry about that. Okay, so exit ticket tomorrow. Oh, and turn in your stuff. It's time. All right, turn in everything. So go to that turn it in bin. If you are like, Ms. Baker, where do I turn my stuff in? Go to the middle school dashboard. I will put a link below this video, okay? Go to the middle school dashboard. If you look up my name, next to my name, there's a thing to email Ms. Baker, and then underneath that, there's the turn it in bin link. When you click on that, it'll open a Google form, and you can attach all the pictures of your work, okay? You will have to take pictures of your work and put them into your Google Drive. I think the easiest way to do this is to just use my cell phone. I have Google Drive downloaded on my cell phone, and I just update, like, I just take pictures of my stuff and upload it straight into my drive. But you can literally hold it up and take a picture with your camera. Your Chromebook has a camera, okay? Like, I'm not worried about seeing, like, I need the image to be quality enough where I can, like, mostly read your stuff. But if, like, your hand is covering one little part, like, I trust you. I trust you. Okay, I trust you to do your work. But I do need you to turn it in. All right? So today and tomorrow, start uploading those. I extended the due date to tomorrow because it's nice to have it all due on a Friday. But if you want to start uploading things today, go for it. If you've already been uploading things as we've gone along, you're amazing. Thank you so much. You make my life easier. And then next week, you'll be able to start seeing those things populated in your grade book of like, oh, hey, yes, Miss Baker got this from me. Yes, Miss Baker got this from me. Wait, what? She didn't get this one? Let me go back and check my email and make sure. Okay? So if you have any questions, please, please, please jump in the live chat, email, text, hit me up. Let me know what you need. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I love you dearly.